First of all, there. I'm having a riot. I really am. This is so fun. And I realize it's been years for different reasons since I've been in a community, a tribal setting, like this at Christmas time, and doing these kinds of things. This I've never done, and I love it. I guess my experience is kind of being walking in and watching a children's pageant, and then running for the goodies after, and going home and repenting, and this is awesome. So, first I'm actually going to present something that Joshua, those of you who've met Nadine and Joshua, my 8-year-old, just turned 2 weeks ago, 8 years old. When he heard about this, he said, "Papa, I want to do something too." And he worked off and on for 2 days, evenings when he got back from school. And everything is totally done by him except the part with a piece of cardboard and a lot of glue to put it all onto. We figured some guidance might be applicable with carpets and such. So this is Joshua's gift to Immanuel. And it's baby Jesus in French, dans la crèche, in the manger. So all his handiwork. And yeah. And with his gift in mind that I'm going to present in just a moment, I mean, I didn't know this was coming, but as I was praying about what to do, and I really felt God say to, as it is prophetic what I've done, to prophetically hear and present it to someone here. And so Joshua got in on the action, and so he said, "Papa, I really like it, and Kai would like to keep it, but if God tells you to give it to somebody, you can do that." So that's just the truth. So I was praying about it sitting here, and I really felt, Molly, that from Joshua I was supposed to give this to you.
So cute!
Well, this is my first ever. I was going to do something that I can do, like maybe write a song or do something that I knew I could do and probably do pretty well. But coming here and being a part of Eagle and Dove the last over 3 years now, and knowing Goddard sometime before that, being in this atmosphere has done something creatively within me that I never dreamed of. I mean, really, this is an atmosphere that the creative power of God can be released in our lives, where we're given an opportunity, where it's more than just safe, but where there is actually a release, a prophetic release, an impartation that we release to one another. We stir up one another by watching and receiving from one another what one another does in all of the arts, in every form. And so, as you know, I work part-time as an arborist, tree service work. And God began talking to me about doing a wood carving. And, okay. My wood carvings to date have been a spoon and a knife. Obviously not a functioning knife, an imitation of a butt knife. And that's been it to date. Oh, and a squid that didn't have any tentacles for Joshua's toy. But there's always been, since a kid, I love to play around with a knife. And I felt God say, begin watching day after day. I'm going to show you how something of creation, the way I created nature, and begin to watch, and you're going to see in a branch from a tree that you cut, you're going to see something I placed in it. And day after day, I'm watching, and then this is my last chance. So at lunch hour, I'm out going through all the piles of brush that will either go through a chipper or be burnt. I'm looking, and I saw this branch, and it was calling to me. I mean, I looked, and I knew there was something in this branch. So I hacked it off with a saw, and anyway, going on and on. But this is part of the story. It's important because each step was a step of obedience, and I was clueless what was in here. And so I'm unwrapping it. I like this story. So what I discovered inside was an eagle. It was inside the branch, and I felt not to polish it, not to do anything, but to be done. I kept hearing uncut stone. And remember the altars, the Israelites were to make the altars of uncut stone. And I felt God say that it was an act of worship. It was bringing something, laying before His feet. And so, just focus on this hat for now. The eyes are darkened. I took charcoal from my fireplace. So that's what darkens the eyes. And each side has a personality. If you look at this side, there's the wisdom. I see this, and so I'm describing it to you. This, and it represents, it's a representation of the Father. The wisdom, on this side, there's almost a hint of a smile, and there's a playfulness to it. And after it was carved, and I worked on it for about 4 hours, I guess. And there's something more to this. And I kept looking, and it was something to do with this. And there's a playfulness. I realized, wait a minute. I know what it is. I've seen this before in nature. And it's the head, and up to here of an eagle, and the rest is a dove. And if you watch doves fly, they will turn like this in the sky. And the wings, one wing goes like this, and the other so. That's only been recently since I talked to you, Diane. I realized that's a dove's wings. And I went, eagle and dove? No way! It's true! I was not thinking. I just kept discovering with the knife and just going. And so it's the eagle and the dove. And so I began to praying about what to do with it and who to give it to. So Donna, you get your Christmas present early from me. And I want to say this. You make room. And you choose to risk because you see no risk in giving room and space to people. This family and this atmosphere is one of the freest I've ever been in my life, and yet one of the safest. And I'm quite qualified to make those comments. And so I just want to say to you, Donna, that because of this atmosphere, I've discovered a gifting, a creativity, an ability in a piece of wood to see something alive, something of the Father. And so I want to give this to you so you never forget. And on those days when forgetting would be easy, to remember, the eagle and dove, God called you to that. So here.